What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Snap on Ego. My name is Brad, otherwise known as Bradsver, and I am joined, like always, by Chris Bootman Bootay. Hello, Chris. See, look, the very special thing is today, not only do we have these two wonderful guests, but for some reason, your shit didn't glitch out for once. The last 4 episodes, when I did the intro, you would do the Spider-Verse thing of... you could not see anything you were doing. You're looking like, Miguel in the wrong place, glitching out. But look, it's working.
The guest brought the
super tech god. The super tech brought the tech to make sure.
Yeah. He's super tech god my stuff.
And of course, we have super tech god and Sino here. And you guys are from the wonderful, beautiful podcast. Give me the name.
Marvel Snapcast.
Marvel Snapcast.
Yeah, sorry.
Marvel Snapcast, baby.
You got to rep it. You got to tell us a little bit about where you guys come from. Tech, start with you. Give us the background. Why should people listen to you? And I know you bring the fire when it comes to the variants and all that shit.
Of course. So I've been playing Marvel Snap since the beta back in May. Definitely enjoy the game, enjoy the community. And we do a podcast called the Marvel Snapcast. We do it every week, have a fun time, and just sit back, relax, talk about all things Marvel Snap. And, why you should listen to me is because, listen, if you come into streams, you enjoy cool-looking variants, you like to have some crazy plays and sit back and relax to some awesome music, come on down to the chill stream of STG.
All right, beautiful. Sino, what about you? What you got going on? Anything special? What you got?
What's going on, guys? I am the top 5 best snappers in the world. Sino, because I snap high fire. Now, I started on launch. I'm not going to lie. I watched this guy over here on beta, and he was killing it, and he was just showing me everything, and I'm just like, yo, what are you playing? Like, what is this? And he's like, yo, it's Marvel Snap. Look, and I'm a big Marvel guy. I'm a big Marvel guy over that other company with superheroes that we won't mention because it's Marvel Snap. So I'm a big Marvel guy, so I kept watching him, and he was showing me, and then I got to play on his under his name for a little bit. I was like, oh, this is really dope. I'm starting to get the concept. I'm starting to get everything, and when launch happened, I got my game. I kept going. I've loved it ever since. I've been addicted. And what makes, I wouldn't say you have to listen to me when I stream or anything like that, but my stream is basically music, having a good time, vibing out, having conversation with the community, and everybody just chilling. Like I might not be the biggest card maker or cardless maker in the world or anything, but we have a great time on my stream, so it's dope. And I got to know the community from his stream, and I fell in love with it. I think it's the best community we have in this type of gaming stuff. So,
dude,
I can attest to that. I've been in a couple other card game communities. Snap's clearly the best, even though we got some crazies up in here. But we gotta listen to you, Cena. You're the top 5 snappers.
Top 5 best thing, right?
But here, let me ask you guys this: so Cena, I'll start with you. Is this your first card game, or did you play other card games and then Tech after him?
I took a stab at Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, but that game is a little bit too complex for me. It didn't have the simplicity of Snap. Snap, you can play a game for 30 seconds. You can get results. You could climb. You could do it. You could have great fun in 30 seconds. Yu-Gi-Oh is a long, drawn-out match, and it's got a lot of different dynamics to it that can confuse you, and then it could turn you off. Snap keeps it simple. It makes it fun. They have different variants. You could play with different guard skins and stuff like that. It's a lot more fun of a game to me. So that's that. So technically, yes, it's my first card.
I do gotta ask, what era of Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, what year are we talking? Like, what was the? Was this recently with Link monsters? Was this XYZ?
No, it was a while back. I used to play it on the Xbox.
Oh, okay. So we're talking GOAT format, I
can't even remember which version it was since there's so many. I can't even remember right now. But
I used to play that competitively. I mean, come on, man. Yu-Gi-Oh's lit.
Yeah. Same thing. Me too.
Yeah, I like the cartoon. The cartoon was always dope.
With the crazy plays. Not having to worry about stars and count the levels. But yeah, same thing. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively as well, physically and on digital games as well.
He cheats. That's why I quit.
Yeah. I played a lot of Duel Links, a lot of Master Duel. Like I said, I definitely play with the physical cards too. Very competitive. I got my son into it now. He's 13. We used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, collect cards, and go to local game shops and play tournaments and stuff. So Yu-Gi-Oh was definitely my first card game I played. Did I stream Yu-Gi-Oh? Not at all. I didn't stream anything before Marvel Snap, but yeah, I definitely play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh from day one all the way to Link Monsters. But at Link Monsters, I was just like, I can't do this. So I kept it real simple, always playing Chaos, Blue Eyes, and stuff like that. Never trying to get into the Link Monsters at all, because it was just the pendulums and all that. It was getting too much for me. I kept it simple and still won. So there it is.
Hey, man. Now, when you say you played Chaos Blue Eyes, now did you play like the newer Blue Eyes with like alternative Blue Eyes Dragon and stuff?
Alternative Blue Eyes, yep.
All right.
Correct,
all right.
100%.
You're talking about like that 2016 Worlds, like this one Worlds, like Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
See, dude, that era was fantastic for
100%.
You got my go-to is always Relinquished. Like that is my baby. That's my pet
good
deck.
Stuff too.
I would win I won PPTQs with Relinquished and stuff, and that was my jam. And when the Relinquished like support came out with Millennium Restrict and you had like the hand traps and stuff, I was like, oh, this is the greatest day ever.
Yeah.
Like playing Kaijus and stuff, getting rid of their shit on their side. I'm gonna take that back though with Relinquished. It's great. And I know I just alienated half of our audience, being like, I don't know the fuck he's saying.
Listen,
it's
Marvel
so good.
Snap just pulled you guys funding. They were like, yo, these guys get no funding.
I got the chance to meet Brassifer in SnapCon over in Tampa. Fellow Bucks fan, which I adore, my man Bucks. I had no idea you played Yu-Gi-Oh. We could have had a longer conversation over at SnapCon.
I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh first. That was my shit because as a kid, I was obsessed with the community here with Chris's channel. Already has heard this story a couple times, but I grew up obsessed with Ancient Egypt. That was my jam. That was my thing. I got the Eye of Anubis on my back. Right, that's my thing. So when I was a kid, I saw the premise of Yu-Gi-Oh being an ancient Egyptian card game. I was like, hell yeah, we're going to get into that. Same reason I got into Magic years later. There was a set called Amonkhet that was set, the plane, the universe or whatever, the lore of that particular set was based on ancient Egypt. It was like a loose translation of it.
Okay.
Not exactly. It's not like you had Ra or Anubis, things like that, but you had essentially that's what it was inspired by, and that's what made me start playing Magic. So that's the whole thing. That's why I like all that stuff. And of course, I grew up on Marvel, so how am I not going to play some Marvel Snap, right? That one, I didn't need no Egyptian influence. I mean, look, you see Spidey in the back there. I got Goblin on my shirt. Come on, we love me some Marvel, right?
Brad, if you're so obsessed with ancient Egypt, why don't you have Moon Knight in every single deck?
Because I fucking hate that card. I hate discarding my random shit. And I'm not going to run Ghost Rider. It's like anytime I'm like, this sounds so much fun, I get to discard their stuff. I get to discard my stuff. I get to Ghost Rider and bring it back. I don't like the Jund version very much of Darkoff. You've seen Carnage running that kind of thing, right? That kind of list where it's the Black Bolt stature stuff, running the Samurai, and running Ghost Rider to be able to pick your own stuff back up. It ain't for me because I think Ghost Rider fucking sucks.
Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay.
We getting real on this podcast.
Look. As a character, I love Ghost Rider.
Say how you really feel, Brad.
I love Ghost Rider as a character, man, but as a card, it's just the juice ain't worth the squeeze half the time, and it's so super niche. And if I'm gonna do some discard stuff, there's so many better cards for discard specifically, right? I mean, look, even now, I think the best thing you can do with a Ghost Rider is Black Cat
Infinite or Symphony Infinite.
Okay, yes, but that's your brew. I remember.
Yeah.
I know you kicked people's ass with it before.
It's a
but
good brew. It's effective.
Trust me, I will always appreciate any awesome brew and anything that you can kind of put together in a game. That's the beautiful thing about any TCG. Just being oh, look at this deck. I mean, we spent so many hours in general with everyone else's SnapCon just talking about okay, we got some different decks we got to figure out. We got some different brews to be okay. Let's kind of tweak this here and there, move this around, that kind of thing, and that's great. It's just when it comes down to Ghost Rider, it ain't for me. I wanted it to be for me. It sounds fun on paper, but in reality, I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
No love for the Ghost Rider. But hey, does your son, you said you guys would play some Yu-Gi-Oh together. Does he play Snap?
No, he doesn't play Snap. He plays Mortal Kombat more so than anything right now. So he's playing MK1 nonstop. He's like, Dad, I'm about to beat it. You need to play it. The only games we play together mostly now is chess. He wants to play me in chess every night. let's make a bet that if I win, you get me this sneaker, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, yeah, it's not happening. So he downloaded Marvel Snap. He tried it. He said it's cool. Again, he like the first thing he likes. So he's like, Dad, I'm sorry, I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to be faithful to Yu-Gi-Oh. So he's like so hung up on Yu-Gi-Oh. So that's Yu-Gi-Oh, Mortal Kombat, and chess. That's what he's playing now. So
I think it's the lack of like action probably in it. I mean, I think he probably
and
wants
it's physical,
to play,
right?
like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that.
It's physical.
Like,
Yu-Gi-Oh is physical. Yeah,
I'd rather see all that.
Yeah.
And my son is the same. He wants to play Call of Duty or Red Dead Redemption or stuff like that. So.
Well, you know what? You guys are lucky because let me tell you the other side of this. Like, my son played Snap, right? He took like a month or two off because he was getting so frustrated with the game, as many of us do. But he never hit Infinite. I tried to help him and everything, but like I still had that over him. He hit Infinite for the first time last month. Then he hit Infinite before me this month.
What?
Last month, he got like 2 Infinity avatars. I got 1 with his help. So just, it's
with his help.
Just make me feel less of a human being.
Wow, that is hilarious.
I was like, at least I got this one game I'm still better
right.
at.
No, wow.
Not anymore.
Damn. I wonder how that feels.
Jeez. They say you lose your place. You know how you play your son in basketball, and if he beats you, you no longer can play basketball again with him. Like, they took your place basically, bro. I don't know I don't know about Snap, bro. He took your place. Yeah. He's like the best Snap player in the house. That's bad, bro.
Yeah, it's rough. I hope he hits another long so I can play. Hey, you need Dad to come help you out? Here, let me give you.
See, now you're going to lose the channel, too. You got to just hand it off to him. He's the new boot man.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Right?
That's hilarious.
This one day, I'm just going to be gone. You're going to see a little mini me on here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But, let's jump into the first hot topic. Brad, you tweeted out something about ALIOTH, the brand new card on everybody's minds. And I want to get these guys' takes on it. So, what was your controversial tweet that you put out there that kind of blew up a little bit?
Yeah, I very, very bluntly said ALIOTH is a fair and balanced card. Just because something encroaches on your subjective opinion of what you find to be fun doesn't mean it's oppressive or bad for the game. However, I will caveat with this with saying fun is very important in any card game. If you're not having fun, then that does suck. But that doesn't mean something is broken. Now, there can be balances around what can be found fun. We saw that with Galactus, right? Where Galactus didn't really have like a super oppressive win rate, but they found the fun factor to be lacking, so they kind of reworked him a little bit. And people are thinking that ALIOTH coming into the game is now making Galactus that very unfun deck again, which I don't doubt. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. However, if someone waves and they hit you with the Galactus and you're not able to stop it, I typically just assume they have the nuts and I just leave anyway. And I did that even before ALIOTH and an original Galactus. I just said, bye. Have the 1 cube. I don't give a shit. But overall, I think ALIOTH has a lot of play around him. Of course, it's one of those priority things. I've seen some people compare it to Leader of like OG. I don't agree. I think Leader, it was infinitely better than ALIOTH because it doesn't care about the lane, right?
Correct.
And you just got to I think ALIOTH is a worse card in Conquest. I think it's more of a feels bad card in Ladder, which is most people play. Right. I just don't know. I guess this is the disconnect, to go on a little bit of a tangent. Where do they balance the game around? Like, what do you guys think they should do? Should they focus on Conquest being the main balancing factor or Ladder? Because there is a huge disconnect. ALIOTH and Conquest, once you show me that first ALIOTH, I know about it the rest of that match, and I can play around it accordingly. And that doesn't feel as bad to me, and that's where most of my games are, on Conquest. On Ladder, if you get me with the ALIOTH, you got me, I dip out, lost my cubes, that sucks, feels bad, but like, should he be balanced around that factor? Or the more competitive, Conquest mode.
Yeah, but sideboards would help a lot with that.
I know,
because that's the only problem. That's the only problem. You get locked into that damn game. You can't do a damn thing. But let's start with the ALIOTH topic. Then we'll get into the balance topic, so we don't get this all muddied up. But Sina, what are your thoughts on ALIOTH?
I have mixed emotions on ALIOTH. All right. So there's moments where I hate its guts, and I literally went on a rant. Last night I think it was with Ken on the phone about how much I hated him. All right, I went in and I didn't speak that nicely. I was going in, so I was just I just think it shouldn't destroy face down cards. I think that's where you can find some of the balance. It should have priority to proc. As far as basing it around ladder or conquest, I think there's got to be kind of a balance, because you have card lists that do great on conquest but lack in ladder, and then you have cards that do great in ladder. Like, for example, I have a tribunal card list that does great in ladder, but conquest after the first couple games, they kind of are on to what you're doing, makes it hard to play. So I think I don't necessarily know what you should base it off of. Maybe I just say balance would be my answer. I mean, try to take a little bit of both and try to make it as balanced as you can. But as far as ALIOTH goes, I don't think it's, because I've wrecked with ALIOTH too. So when you're using him and you're wrecking people, you love it. But when you're getting wrecked by it, you hate it to death. So I just think it shouldn't kill the face down cards. I mean, it should have priority to proc, and I think most people will then ease up on it. But it is kind of the new Spider-Man for Goliath, right? They got rid of Spider-Man, they changed his tech, and then they gave you ALIOTH. Now ALIOTH kind of does the same thing. It ruins anything you play on after that turn. So, yeah, it's just balance for me. I think it's balance.
I don't think ALIOTH's bad. I think ALIOTH is a card that is needed in the game, right? I don't think it's that evil. I just think that paired with Galactus is what upsets everyone, right? And I think Galactus is still the issue that everybody has, but they're just throwing ALIOTH in there because of what's happening after you play Galactus. ALIOTH without Galactus is super fun. You lose, you're not going to be upset because it was still 3 lanes for you to pick, right? But when Galactus comes down and destroys the other 2 lanes, and you know ALIOTH is going to play in that 1 lane because that's the only lane there, you start to feel like, you know what, I don't want to play this game anymore. So I just think what needs to happen is some type of another rework with Galactus. Even though I play Galactus, I'm a big Galactus fan, but with ALIOTH, it does become a problem for everyone playing it. So I see everybody's gripe. So unless they do something with Galactus where when he plays, you don't get priority or something, so where ALIOTH coming down on 6 is not such a bad thing in that 1 lane, I think it should be fine. But other than that, yeah, I have no issues with ALIOTH.
You got any thoughts on the balance question, Brad?
I don't think it matters between either one. I think a card will be good in a ladder and it will be bad in conquest, and it will be good in conquest. Right? I don't think it matters. I don't think they should try to make any changes based on one or the other. I think the card should be the card, and at that point it will be the best in whatever it is, right? If it's good in conquest, it is what it is. There's no need to change it because people play it more in conquest and they want to have more fun. Same thing with ladder. I think that's what makes it so good about the game is the options, right? Everybody makes a deck, do something different. Hey, it works in one place, it might not work in the other place. There's no need to go and try to balance it for one or the other.
Not to cut you off, Tech, but did you say Galactus need to be reworked or Goliath?
Galactus. Again,
I feel like ALIOTH needs to be reworked, not Galactus. I think Galactus' purpose is pretty plain.
You have any thoughts on how Galactus would be reworked? Any opinions?
Like I said, it might be he cannot have priority after he destroys the 2 locations. I think that's the problem, right? No. With him having priority after he destroys the location causes the issue, because you see, if you have priority, let's say they hit Galactus, you had Destroyer sitting there. Now you have priority. You're not worried about ALIOTH because now you have options, right? You could play armor. You could play leader. You could do certain things that help you with that ALIOTH coming down. But if Galactus keeps priority, it doesn't matter what you play. Game is over on turn 6. So I think if Galactus wins that lane but doesn't have priority because whatever they want to put in the text, I think a lot of people will be happier and there won't be any more issues.
Yeah, like for me, here's my thing, like where I'm like kind of leaning towards like what Brad said. Like the very second ALIOTH came out, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna troll some fools with Galactus and ALIOTH. I couldn't do shit that night. For like an hour or 2, I could not pull it off. I was streaming. I'm like, well, this is bullshit. I'm like, screw this card, But yeah, kind of like what Brad was saying. I understand the subjective fun aspect, but like I do, that's what I enjoy about Marvel Snap is the creativity and trying. Like, here's the thing: if we get rid of like Galactus's polarization.
Right.
What we also get rid of is that fucking dopamine hit you get when you beat a Galactus player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like we need that evil out there just so I can get that, the one time where I feel justified in spamming emotes and asking them, what just happened? Oh, what just happened? You know what I mean? And yeah, with the killing the face down cards, it's interesting. Glenn just answered a question earlier. Somebody was talking about buffing Spider-Man 2099. Like, maybe you make it so he can kill face down cards. And Glenn was saying, like, no, we want this to be like kind of like a special one-off ability, you know. But yeah, like for me, is I try to, you know, tech around it. I enjoy tech cards. I've been shoving Goose into more decks. I'm like, hey, good luck. Good luck playing your fucking Galactus over here, bruh. You know what I mean? So I kind of enjoy that. And yeah, Brad and I have talked about the balancing thing a few times. I don't know. I can't remember if somebody asked Glenn, because Glenn's been on, I think, Cam's podcast recently. Yeah. I can't remember if they asked him about that balancing verse between ranked and conquest. But yeah, I just feel like, it'd be too much of a headache for them
to try to do.
Try to figure out. But if I had to guess, like from everything they've told us, like their whole goal is to just, you know, get people in the game feeling good, playing fast. So that makes me think that they're focusing on ranks. So they don't care as much.
I will tell you right now, it is already a mixture, because they already cited High Evo as being so fucking good in ladder as one of the big reasons why they made the changes to High Evo not too long ago. They cited it being like way better on ladder than it was in Conquest. Glenn answered that specifically, and that was a big reason as to why there was the changes to like the little kind of tweaks with like lockjaw and stuff like that. That's why we saw the High Evo meta fall to favor.
And Super Tech complaining about Hulk. I think he did it also. I blame him all the time for shit, and I really think he got Hulk nerfed.
Yeah,
I'm very upset about it. Because he feels Infinite should be the highest. Man, leave it alone.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
Guys,
make Infinite.
Don't be those guys.
Thank you.
Don't agree with it. You're just encouraging this. You're encouraging this. More nerfs are coming now because of this. You see the now just playing. I thought he was fine. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a big guy for Old Surfer, and I know most people are like, oh no. I loved Old Surfer. Like, I really wish they brought him back, but.
Yeah, you know what? I wish they had Old Surfer, because I was on the Shadow King hype train the second that card came out because of Old Surfer, and everybody's like, "Hey, Chris, hey, Bootman, guess what? You're a fucking idiot, right?" And now look at me now. Look at me with all these other colors, decks running around that are basically little mini surfers, right? Where you can't Shang-Chi them, but you can Shadow King the hell out of them. But anyways, that's why I would want. That's Surfer back. But what you said about them nerfing High Evo because of ladder, like, I think that gets back to that point that they are trying to cater the game more towards like a less competitive, lower skilled player, right? Just bring in the average person, because when you get the average people going in there and High Evo's like the top meta deck, those people are getting pissed, not wanting to play.
No, because they adjusted High Evo based off of its not oppressiveness, but much better win rates in Conquest, not ladder.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
you said ladder before. Yeah, you did say right.
Did I'm sorry. I apologize for I apologize for misspeaking. It was Conquest I was speaking on, not ladder. I was trying to say not ladder, Conquest. So to reiterate, High Evo was doing much better in Conquest mode than it was in regular ranked ladder. And that was a big reason for the adjustment, and Glenn cited that as such.
That's interesting, because I think it's like a top of ladder
I think it did great in both, to be honest. You play High Evo and ladder.
It actually did.
Yeah,
but Glenn cited saying it had a much higher win rate in comparison.
Conquest. 100%. To any
just
other
because
deck
I think
at
it
the
had
time.
better consistency overall.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, when it
right now it's sitting at number 2 in on Tap's meta. Like,
when it comes to ALIOTH, I know it feels bad, and it's going to be one of those cards that will feel bad, but it's in the same vein that like Leech feels bad, but there's way to be played around it. And to give a little bit of pushback on the sense of like, you know, you're going to remember the negatives way more than the positives when you have any kind of experience with the game. And so you're going to have that burn into your memory of when the Alioth comes down across from you and you lose, right? But what you don't see is the amount of games in which your opponent had Alioth in hand for turn 6, but you were winning, and there was no losing line for them to play Alioth at all. Mm-hmm. And as someone who's played a lot of Alioth, especially in the Darkhawk build that I've been running, the Purple People Eaters, it's been really fun.
I like that.
But I play Alioth maybe a third of the time because, you get the nuts sometimes. Basically the deck is trying to run like things like Silk and Spider-Man of just really good power outputs. And then Professor X and like the Darkhawk package, no Zabu, by the way. And then I have Alioth on the top end. So if I can lock down a lane with, the things like Silk or Darkhawk or Spidey with Professor X on top, and then come down with Alioth on top of another lane that has like a Silk or something like that, then I can get the lane one. But then I got the tech cards of, what's it called? I got Shadow King in there. I got Snow Guard. It's awesome. It's been a lot of fun. And yes, I win with Alioth, but I'm telling you, he rots away in my hand so often because I'm just like, it doesn't work this game. So I don't know. It's a touchy card because it messes with your cards. Anything that messes with your cards, like look, a month or two ago, people were saying Shang-Chi needs to get nerfed and be a 0 power or some shit. Like I've seen that.
I will fight those
I've
people.
seen that so many times. It makes me think of Magic players complaining about Thoughtseize. For those who understand that reference, like it's just like, come on, like no one's gonna be happy all the time.
I didn't hear that.
So you said you run no Zabu, so I'm assuming you're running the next best card, Ravonna, right?
No, not in this list. Not
That's
in
fair.
this list.
What is this? What are you talking about?
No,
Bootman was like,
I'm trying.
what did he
I'm
just say?
trying a Ravonna list.
Ravonna's awesome. I mean,
think it's
listen, I
been-
like her.
It's been nice in the Darkhawk list, right? It's been
Yes,
pretty
and
cool.
negative. Yeah.
Yes,
Agreed.
Darkhawk. Yes,
You get the what's it called? The goblins in there, right? You can
Yeah, you have some
do
fun.
some fun stuff. Here,
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll send you my list real quick. Here, I'll actually.
Okay.
I don't even have to scroll down that far because I just found someone else's that I've been running. Here, I'll throw it into the chat in here too, if it works like that.
All right.
But speaking of Ravonna, have you guys been playing her? You think she's
Yes, I got.
fun?
Yeah. I got the honor to preview her. Well, and for 2 days, it was good. It wasn't bad. I think Ravonna's cool. I think she's a good card. I think she gets better with age. I think if they do decide to buff her, make her a 2 cost, I think I'll be okay. But I mean, I think at a 3 cost, she should be fine, especially with Mobius coming out. If you put Mobius in your deck, Mobius and Ravonna 2 and 3, I think you're good there. I think down the line she'd be a better card too, but I think she's a fun card, especially playing her in a negative card list right now. I'm having a blast because to play her on 3, negative on 4, and then I have Sarah on 5, and then I have a bunch of hands of whether it be negative cards or cards that has reduced costs. I think is very good.
What about you, Tino? You've been playing with Ravonna? Did you get it?
Yeah, I did get Ravonna. I do like Ravonna. I don't understand too much of the Ravonna heat. I get that she might not be as flashy a card as everybody was thinking or wanted or anything like that, but I also think the meta needs good mid cards. All right, we can't get meta changing cards every time. We need to get supportive cards too for other techs. Excuse me. I play her. I have 2 different card lists that I play her in. I play her in a Patriot card list, which is pretty dope. Consists of hiding Invisible Woman and Patriot behind. Hiding Mystique and Patriot behind Invisible Woman. I don't know what the hell I was talking about 2 seconds ago. Has Brood in it. I have Wasp, because she also gets to buff some Debris. Then you got Onslaught in there. Ravonna helps to bring down the cost of your Darkhawk and your Mystique, so that makes that very playable within 6. So it's really interesting. And then of course you got your Darkhawk Ravonna. Like that's just standard. I go with that a lot. I like her. I just don't get the heat on her as bad. You know what I mean?
Did you get Ravonna, man?
Yeah, dude. Okay, look, I got 8 spotlights saved right now, and I had 20,000 tokens. I'm fucking getting her. I know
Bootman. Bootman tweeted out to convince him to get her. And I was just reading the comments. Everybody's hilarious. I know Bootman loves Ravona so much. Did you end up getting her? That's the question I want to know. Did somebody convince you?
No, I know. I'm like, Brad, I'm a baller.
Okay.
I have like 50,000
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's ball, baby.
Yeah, here's the thing. So I made my video talking about like, hey, like let's talk before she comes out, because it feels like her shelf life is a week. Like Monday night when Mobius comes out, Ravona fucked. So I'm like, hey, let's all enjoy this week of like cost reduction. But once I got to play her and I made a video on a deck that I enjoy with her. It has like Darkhawk and some goblins and shit. Like you can do some fun stuff with her. I need to have you show me that negative list.
Oh yeah. Negative list is fun.
Yeah, like you could, and it's surprising the opponent, and like you can clog them up. It's also good against Galactus, where you can get some goblins over there for cheap, you know. So yeah, but I kind of said what Sino said in my second video on the deck I've been using. Like it's okay to have mid cards, and I think we content creators, not even anybody in this, right? Sometimes I clickbait a little. You got to do what you got to do on YouTube. But like, there's this black and white thinking about these cards. They're either like just fucking awful, like don't touch this card, or they're just like so broken, we need to nerf this card right now. It's like, can I just have like a card that just functions and does just a little something extra?
That works for whatever tech you're playing. You know what I mean? Whatever you choose, you know.
Yeah, so I think the community needs to realize that, and creators need to be like, hey, this card's like okay. Like it's okay to have like B and C list cards, like, because I love tech cards. Like I just love them. So like I want Ravona to be good. It's just that I don't know how good she's going to be past Monday. Yeah. But I think we're just going to see this cycle of like Mobius and Ravona just coming in and out, right? Like when Mobius is hot, you're not going to see as much Ravona. But kind of like you said, Tech God, like, you can have like Ravona and Mobius, right? So it'll be interesting. But one thing that
merger nobody discusses the Mobius and Ravona together.
Thinking
about that.
But Glenn said like one of the first, like, they were originally thinking about making Ravona a 2 cost, and they said if she's not doing well, that's like the first place they're going for a buff, and that would be pretty sick. You know?
Yeah. Because then you eliminate Zabu or Psylocke out of the negative deck. And now you're just doing the same thing, kind of what I'm doing now, just without Zabu, right? So that'd be pretty good.
I wonder if that's a concern of theirs, you know, like making Ravona too good in a negative list. Because they got to watch out for that.
That's what's going to happen, right?
You could play Zabu, Ravona, and Sarah and just go nuts on turn 6. Like, it drops so many cards, it's not even funny.
It does make it interesting in the sense that if she does go to 2, then you have pretty much, 3 cards that are about accelerating from 2 to 3, and I don't know if that's something I want. Like, I understand and want to make her stronger, but I kind of like the idea of, Zabu and Psylocke are in their own thing. They're both 2 costs that's segregated from then, like, Ravona being a nice middle ground, and then Sarah at the top end. And then Quinjet's an entirely different thing that wants to, like, you want to generate stuff, like with Loki and stuff like that. I think having them spread across the board makes a bit more sense in my mind as far as, like, balance goes. If you kind of, because I'm worried about there being a list, like Sino said a little bit, of there just being all 3. Like, the consistency at that point, it was insane. And they just run all 3, and then when Bullseye comes out, if he maintains his data mine, then you're just like, you run that. Those 3 is your only 2 drops. You're like, look at that. We got the negative. You're good to go. It's like, that sounds a little unfun to me. No, I don't even know if it'll be good. Let's start there. It could be shit. I think negative isn't that good already. Right. And even with this, I could see it being like, it's fine. It's whatever.
Well, and I think that's why it makes negative decks fun, because let's say you do Zabu 1-2, right? Now you have an option, right? If you have all the low power cards in your hand, then you should play Ravona, right?
Yep.
And don't worry about negative. But if you have them in your deck, you can play negative first, and then if you need to, play Ravona. And I think that's the way that deck works, because it all depends on what you have in your hand at that time. And of course, Sarah's in the deck too. Why not? I have everything at a 1 cost. I mean, when it works, right? And I think it works a lot because you have that option between, should I go negative if I have all the cards in my deck, or should I go Ravona because they're in my hand?
Yeah, and I like that. I like that. I like how she's the 3 drop. Like, if she's competing with Zabu, I get you could run all of them. But I like, for balance sake, it makes my brain happy,
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, even if you took, I see what you're saying. Like, it can make it too good because we're just talking about negative, right? Like, right now, with the deck I'm running with, like, the Goblins, I got to run Ravonna on 3. Then I got to choose between, like, Hobgoblin or Green Goblin on 4. But if I get Ravonna on 2, then I can do the Goblin. You know, I can just start going, right? But even though that would be powerful, again, starting Monday night when Mobius comes out, Ravonna can never be too good, right? So even if they took her down to a 2 cost, you'll just see Mobius coming out on his fucking jet ski all over the place. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, just, you know, I hope they, like, at least test it. I hope they test it, and then if they need to, they just Enchantress her, bring her back to somewhere reasonable. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see.
Do we think when Mobius comes out, do we think he's going to be something along the lines of like a Luke Cage, where like it doesn't necessarily always hurt to have it in your deck, but you're not always going to want to run it?
I was going to ask
or
that same
is it going to be
now.
like tenfold? Like everyone's just going to like Jeff, pretty much. Like why would you not run it? Like is it that is going to be that level? And then at that point, is every deck just going to have, you know, an easy 2-card combo of him and Wave? And then I know I'm stacking questions here, but then it begs the question: is Wave the true issue? Not Galactus, not ALIOTH. Is it Wave?
That's a good question. I mean, I think Wave is not the issue. I don't think Wave is the issue at all. I think it's everything that follows behind Wave that could be the issue, right? But yes, I think what's going to happen is, for sure, 100% when Mobius comes out Monday, everyone is running those 2 cards in every deck. Doesn't matter what else they're trying to do. It's going to be Morbius and it's going to be Wave. So, and I think Death, we're going to see a lot of Death Wave coming back too because of that whole, you know, interaction with Morbius. So I think when he comes out Monday, it's going to be a very interesting mirror match madness showcase, because between Loki not being played and Ravonna being played less, because unless you pair them together, we're going to see a lot of rogues. I mean, at this point, I wish Rogue was a 3-1 again, so she can get the buff from Ravonna, so you can steal the Morbius. I mean, that'd have been nice, the Mobius.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of Enchantresses. Probably, I think, also some Lady Deathstrikes. Maybe Spider-Man 2099 gets called up to kind of shut down the Morbius. But I think that's what we're going to see a lot of for sure. Definitely Morbius in every card list.
What you think, Sino?
I'm not so sure that everybody's gonna take to him. Now, is he an essential card to have in your card list, and it definitely helps you out? Yeah, absolutely. But if I'm playing Loki, can I get your Mobius from your start? You know what I mean? And I can just play it too. You know what I mean? So I'm straight, and then my Loki gets its discount back, right? So I mean,
if you have a Mobius and if you both have a Mobius out. Loki it's just a wash. Everything stays at their base.
Oh, really? Okay, so
no reductions.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, then I guess he would be an essential card to have in your card list. I'm interested in playing the wave move. Like I love Death Wave so much back in the day, and when it went away, I was heartbroken on it. So, but yeah, since it plays such a major part in keeping your cost, and it's such a security-driven card, I could see everybody running Mobius. Like, just to agree with Brad, with Luke Cage. You might not necessarily have a purpose for Luke Cage in your card list to go with the rest of your tech, but it's good to have, so that way you don't get discounted in your power.
Yeah, I've been I've vocalized this. I've been kind of bored with the meta lately, but I think Mobius will. You know, it'll make things interesting again. I don't think we can accurately even predict what it's going to look like because of all the mirrors and everything, like what's going to work, what's going to not. If we're both running Mobius, how's Wave going to work, you know, all these other things. And, like, you're just going to see it come in and out and just, like, all sorts of stuff. But I'll end my opinion with this. Fuck that card Wave. I hate that card. And you bringing up Death Wave just triggered me. No, like the thing that's always just bugged me the shit out of me about Wave, because I love bounce deck. Bounce is my favorite.
Shut that down.
And that you fuck up my turn 6. Like when that happens, I'm just like, you know what? Why don't you just fucking Galactus me like an adult?
Well, Morbius will help you now. Your Mobius will help you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's why I'm going to be running Mobius.
Yes.
You're a big fan of Sandman, then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the thing that's been driving me insane, I made a tweet earlier, and I'm like, fuck all y'all that keep saying, oh, I just keep seeing ALIOTH and Loki and like all these other decks. I'm like, I don't see none of that shit. I see Silky Smooth running Wave and Doctor Doom, and that's fucking it. That's all I see.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm just trying to do stuff. Stop playing Wave on 5.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're running the Silk deck. So you got a bunch of low-cost cards. You're trying to do some things. You want to do like a Kitty and like a Silk. You want to do a big turn 6, and they're like Wave. And I'm like, you bitch. You know, I just get so pissed. So that's why I'm excited for Mobius. So that shit quits happening. Like, I don't even run into Wave that much, is the thing. So when she comes out, I just get extra mad. So that's why I'm excited for Mobius. But yeah, I do think we're going to see a lot of Mobius Wave. I'm going to still be doing my thing where I'm just like, okay, your wave doesn't affect me, so I can still just do whatever. But yeah, it'll be interesting because we're going to see it come in and out of the meta, and just like he's just a little police guy, right? Like if the meta gets out of control, Mobius just comes back in. So my suggestion to all of our beautiful listeners, just get Mobius. You're going to need him at some point. You know, like, and if you're like me and like playing those decks where you dump on 6, like, you definitely need this
100%.
card. You know?
Yes.
Before we move on to the more lighter and fun topic, I do want to close on one thing about Wave, because I know Tech, you said Wave's not the issue. It's the things that she enables that is the issue, right? Okay.
Yes.
To play devil's advocate, coming from other TCGs like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Magic, I've seen time and time again. Konami, Wizards, when they have their ban list, they're like, all right, let's do this Band-Aid and then get rid of the card that's like, the thing that, is maybe the end result of X card. It goes X card into this card. Okay, let's hit this card. This is the end of the combo. And then they're like, okay, 3 months later, well, shit, that card's still around. Well, they replace it with a different card. It goes in another card now. Let's hit that card now. And they do that a couple times, and they're like, oh, fuck, really? We should have hit the other one first? And then now we have 3 other cards that are bad otherwise, that are banned, and we won't unban them for some reason? I've seen that so many times, and not to say that Wave needs to be adjusted, right? But I think the rule of thumb is the enabler is the villain all the time. It's not the end result. It's not Galactus. It's not ALIOTH. I think always it is going to be Wave with a little bit of a target. And when you have the option to go Mobius and Wave on 5 now and be like, my ALIOTH is 4 and I can still play my 10 power Kitty Pride, that's really funny. Yeah. Like, that sounds awful to me.
Wow.
Agreed.
Right?
I hear it.
But I don't know what to do about Wave. I really don't. I think I'm glad I'm not a developer at this point, or a game balancer, because like that, it's a cool card. I think it's one that feels necessary to have in the game to some extent, but the other flip of the coin is like, fuck the nightmare scenarios of like future-proofing this card. It's awful.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we'll talk about Wave for a second. Here's the thing: like, I do think like Wave is the issue for my fun, for what I'm trying to do. But the thing is, I wouldn't change Wave. I think they got Wave to the perfect place. I wouldn't touch her, because going back to the Galactus thing and ALIOTH that we were talking about earlier is like, yeah, there are going to be things that ruin my fun, right? We all have decks that we like to play. Like, Stino, you just said you love playing Death Wave. I hate you for that, right? That's just how it is. But not everybody's going to like the decks I play. I'm not going to like all the decks other people play. And that's just the way the game is. If Wave didn't exist, then we got bounced back at the top of the meta again. You know what I mean? Yeah. But also, my whole opinion on just the way we nerf cards has changed ever since Leader. Like, if you go back to the early videos on my channel, I had videos just losing my shit about Leader, right? Then they nerfed Leader into oblivion before the most recent change, and Death Wave came out. I wasn't around for the original Death Wave, but they nerfed Leader, Death Wave came out, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I'm never going to ask for a card to be nerfed again because of the unintended consequences and whatever decks rise up. So, like, keep Galactus, keep ALIOTH, keep Wave, because I don't know what else is just sitting in the background for some asshole like Dara to just make some troll deck that everybody fucking loves, you know? So, just leave that card alone. Leave Wave alone.
Agreed.
That was hilarious.
It's a necessary evil.
Well, Chris, I know you had some questions cooked up for Tech in particular regarding variants, which we'll go around the entire room and get everyone's opinion. Just say like hi, my name is Brad. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm gonna talk about the variants. But
so yeah, we got a variant addict up in here. So
Indeed.
You know?
I feel like this is a version of the collector
we
right
can
now.
go around, and because this is actually interesting. I'm curious about Brad and Sino too. So my first question was going to be, Tech, how much have you spent on variants? Rough estimate.
Oh my goodness!
You keeping the accounting for that?
I can answer that for him. He will not answer that question. I've asked 20 times. He will
the thing is
not
because I don't
answer
know.
the question.
I don't know the actual number. Can I guesstimate?
Estimate.
Maybe I could. You see the issue? The issue is back in the beta. You guys realize all variants were 750. There weren't no 1200 variants, right? And we didn't have any avatars or titles. So most of the variants I got was from the collection level. So if I had to, I haven't spent that much in the early days of the game because everything was kind of given to me at that point, right? All the variants. Later on, I could say if we had to give an estimate, I'll say about $100 to $200 every week. I would say for everything else.
So we're in the five. We're at least in the 5-figure range, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, and because there's you. We also got 6-7.
Yeah, 617.
What is it? 676. Like he has like every fucking variant. You know what I mean? So yeah, that makes sense. But me, because we're part of the creator program, they give us 2,000 gold. That's when I started getting variants. I'm like, oh shit, you're gonna
correct.
Get me free
so we
gold.
get gold too, right?
But it's like they gave me a taste, like a freaking drug dealer, right?
See?
They gave me a little taste of it, and now I'm spending my own money on variants. So all of you who think we're shields for that 2,000 gold, no, they're taking my money.
They need to give us more.
Because now
you're a variant junkie now.
They need to give us more.
They
need to give us more for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, no, watch what you say. We're going to end up on Reddit again, and they're going to get all mad.
So if you look at yesterday, the 2 days, right? The Dan Hips. I didn't purchase any of those Dan Hips. I got every last one of them in the collection track because I have like 80 something caches, and because I have every 700 variant, most of the caches I opened were all the Dan Hips. So I didn't have to buy any of them.
I think all of them except for the ones in spotlights are just 700, right? Pretty much all the Dan Hips.
Most of them, right? Most of them are. Some of the 1200s, and that's what I'm trying to say. So I used to spend more back in the day, but now because I have every variant, I don't have to spend much at all because I have so many caches saved up because, I'm not opening them unless I'm, buying a new card, right? If it's not 3,000 tokens, I use the Spotlight cache. So I have a bunch of caches saved up. So if there's 700 gold, same thing with the season mystery variants, right? I save them because once I see 700 in the store, I just open that up and I have the variant. So I luck out that way.
That's something interesting that I don't think a lot of people in the community get. Like for me, I'm a whale in the game, right? I buy all the new cards. I'm like collection complete. But once you spend X amount, I'm not encouraging anybody to do this because there's a lot of money that goes into it. But once you spend a certain amount, then you don't have to spend for a while, right? Like now, I don't have to buy because I used to buy like every bundle where like the token ratio to like dollars spent was like really good. Now I have like 50,000 saved up. I have like 15 spotlight caches. So I don't need to spend as much physical money anymore. So it's weird how that kind of balances out. But also, just I've been transparent about this. Like I can use this as a tax write-off because I make money from my YouTube channel. So I like reinvest in the game. You know what I mean? So it is different for us compared to like your average player. But yeah, if you do want to whale out, eventually it kind of
evens out,
kind of balances out a little. And just wait, Marvel Snap, they're going to figure out a way to get.
I know. I said the same thing. I said, I hope they don't figure it out because it's so good. Oh,
yeah, they're talking about the.
I'm going to go broke when that comes out.
Those are nice. Those are nice. Yeah, those are so dope.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so I'm probably in the. I would say variants for me. I'm probably in only a couple hundred in, right? Because I'm still very, very picky. I will wait. Like that new Taskmaster came out, but I saw the one coming out October 31st. I'm gonna wait for that one. Like I only want one good variant for like my. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, can we please? Get the fucking ultimate variants down in token cost? Like, why are they still 5,000?
Yeah, it should be 3.
For Tech God.
I know. They want me to spend my tokens. So, it's funny enough. I have every variant besides 2 of them, and that's the 2 I don't have. I don't have Namor because I don't want it, and I don't have Black Panther Ultimate. I don't want those. They're too expensive.
The Black Panther one is just the hero one that they like gave out,
it's
right?
Hard. They gave out the hero Storm.
So they
should have gave us the Black Panther.
Yeah.
We have other Black Panthers that are better.
Enough. Yeah.
Thank you. So those are the two variants I don't have because I'm like, I'm not spending 5,000 tokens on those. Please give me something else. Drop the price of those. Give me a special. October 1 year anniversary. All old school ultimate variants are 1,000 tokens. I'll buy them then, but I'm not buying them right now.
I don't like
stop.
You heard it.
The one I like the most is the weird ass looking Iron Man, and like
the
even then
bird
I'm like,
face. Oh my gosh,
it's so goofy. I love it.
Mad
It's
I brought
so
that one.
goofy. Now the Ghost
I
Rider's great.
don't like any of the ultimate variants. I don't like any of them. I'm not.
Typhoid Mary was phenomenal. I like that
the
one.
new
That one
one's
was good.
cool. Yeah, the new
Yeah.
Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary ultimate.
Yeah, it just came out.
I can show you if you want to see
dropped.
it now.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw Dexter. I didn't realize
The
that was
Adam
ultimate.
Warlock is fucking sick. I like. There's a handful of the ultimates. I'm like, these are great. It's just they suck. Like the Ghost Rider, not gonna play it. The Adam Warlock, it's okay. Not really gonna play it.
We know how you feel about Ghost Rider.
Typhoid Mary.
Yeah, you're actually not spending on Ghost Rider.
Where's the?
Well, yeah, most of the ultimates, they're like they're very realistic.
Yeah,
like this,
it's the
and that's just,
fantasy.
like, not
It's the fantasy one. Like the Red Skull's great too.
Like, I love like Scotty Young. I love the baby variants. I love the chibis, and all the ultimates are like these hyper realistic ones. So I'm just like, cool. I don't gotta spend.
I mean, there was a Nova. I think that was better than the
Dude, that ultimate. If you're talking about the ultimate Nova, that one fucking sucks.
I like this one way better. And this was a regular.
Yeah.
That was a regular super rare. I can't. Where's the? Okay, I like this variant over this ultimate variant.
I hate that one.
Yeah. They're almost the same style too, just different poses.
Right, this is way better.
See, I like the Venomized Nova the most. That's my. I just like the space in the background. The space looks cool.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to show you something very interesting. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the game, you cannot have two of the same variants. I got lucky, both beta and recently, to pull that off. So,
what?
So if you look at, I can't even spell right now. Groot, I have two of the same Groots. This one, and it's right there. These two, same exact variant. No splits.
Huh.
I don't want to split them, but they're the same variant. And then what happened to me Monday night, Mysterio. I end up having two of the same Mysterios.
What?
So my collection is definitely rare. So I'm explaining what happened.
Did those come from like caches?
So what happened was the Mysterio came from this. So I got the Mysterio from here.
Oh.
Not paying attention, realized I was like, oh, okay, I have to get it. It's 1,200 gold, so I have to buy it. So I used my last 100 gold to buy it because it didn't say sold. And then when I went to my collection, sure enough, both of them were here. Then I was like, wait a minute.
Have you reported that as like some weird bug so you don't accidentally double buy again?
No, I haven't. I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah, he's tight-lipped about it. He don't want. He takes it as a badge of
Here you
honor,
go.
so he's not going to say anything about it.
I think the same thing happened with the Groot back in the beta. So I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. I won't do it again. I'll make sure to check all my cards before I purchase, but there it goes.
That's interesting. Cena, how much you spend on variants?
I am not a whale in any sort of the word. I am not. I've probably spent on this game maybe $200.
Dang.
Yeah, $200. I've gotten, luckily and blessed, I've gotten majority of my variants in caches and spotlight caches. That's it. Like I rarely, unless it's like season
have you
pass.
spent a single penny on a variant? Have you bought one? Any?
Bought a variant? No.
No bundles?
No? Oh man, we got like polar opposites.
Right.
Oh no, bundles count. I'm sorry. You're right. Bundles count. Yes, that's where the majority of my 200 came in. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, I have.
Did
bought
you do it
bundles.
for the variant or for the other stuff like the credits and the tokens and stuff?
I plead the fifth. No. I definitely did it for the other stuff. Like the variant was definitely a plus, but I'm going for the gold and the caches and the tokens. I'm not going.
No, that's how I was like up until a month or two ago. Like maybe 3 months now. Like I just didn't. Like I was just like, no, I want to progress my my collection. That's it, right? But now that I'm collecting complete, I'm like, screw it. I got all this extra gold. And,
bundles is pretty much where I buy, but I don't. I bought. Okay, no, that's a lie. I bought the Chibi Lady Thor and Iron Man for those variants. Those variants are insane. I love those two. Those are probably two.
Yeah, I kind of regret not getting that because that's the only Iron Man variant I really like. Just because
it's so good. Like they got the missile, the bullets coming around and stuff like that. I wasn't fortunate enough to get it gold back like some people who may be in this in this podcast. I tried to show off my I tried to show off my Iron Man, my chibi. I was like to a group that he happened to be in. I'm like, yeah, guys, this is my best Iron Man card, and he just couldn't help himself. He had to be like, well, this is what I shows you go back and all that. I was like, you can't help yourself, bro. Like you literally just don't want me to shine, apparently, and you just can't help yourself, bro. Yeah, like, yo, let me
That's
live. Let it. No, he's like, no, look at this. This is better. Like, I was like, oh, that's just messed up, bro. But yes, I have bought a few bundles, but I'm not a whale in any sense of the word. Yeah. Like I said, I probably spent $200 on this game.
What about you, Brad? Brad wears the badge of honor of buying the 3X value bundle specifically for that variant.
No, I didn't even give a shit about anything else in it. I just wanted the variant. I loved the variant. I was like, we're getting it. I don't care. And I remember I made a tweet when what's it called came out, the pig. Spider-Ham. I made a tweet about that, and I was like, holy shit, because this is before no one confirmed that it showed what you hit. So I had a quick little video, game one, had an opening hand. I'm like, yep, record, hits, and I said something like, oh my god, this is insane levels of information. And someone in there replied, because I had that Darkhawk variant in my hand, they're like, yeah, I'm not trusting your instincts if you bought that bundle. I was like, what the fuck? You can't evaluate cards because you spend money on the game. Like, yeah, I ignore. And I even said, I'm like, yes, this is shit value. Don't get it. Like, don't. I just liked it. Yeah. I will make the bad decision.
If it brought you joy, it was worth it. Right. If it brings you joy, it's worth it. If you don't enjoy it that much, don't buy it.
I have split Darkhawk so many times, I've yet to get a Crackle. I have 11 splits on him, and I'm like, where's my Crackle? I have 4 inks, 2 golds. I'm like, where the fuck is the Crackle?
My Crackle. Wow.
Just give it to me, please. I want purple Crackle on Darkhawk. That's all I want.
Do you have a rough estimate on how much you've spent on variants?
On variants specifically, okay, if we're counting bundles, I got the APOC bundle, I got the Sunspot bundle, that's $200 right there, right? Let's see, I got the Darkhawk bundle. How much was the Darkhawk bundle? Was that like $30?
What? No. The 3X value?
Yeah, the 3X value.
That was expensive.
It was expensive. No, the value was bad. I thought it was only like $30, $40.
Oh, just for the variant? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
40. Oh, yeah. So it was 40,
yeah.
Because it was like 30. It was like 30 or 40. But yeah, I got that. So I've gotten a lot of the bundles. I got the. I've bought. So now here's the thing. Are we counting just for my variants or my girlfriend's variants too?
Oh, you bought her variants?
Wait, are you buying her variants on her account?
No, I bought her bundles just to help her progress more, and they just happen to have variants in them.
Nah, we'll stick to your
because I've bought her the Death bundle, which I've also bought for myself. I got her the Craven one that was recently.
I was like 75.
The Craven one that was also 75. I got her that one too. Also got that one for myself. So like, I've I've dropped a lot of money on this fucking game.
There you go.
Yeah, just since we're being transparent about how we were able to buy with some of our income from the channels. Brad is yet to be monetized yet, so that's just straight out of his pocket. No tax write-offs for him.
I can do a tax write-off still. There's some income from the podcast and stuff that I get, like just a little bit. And basically, what I'm just like, that income is just enough to pay for like Adobe for the month. It's essentially what it is. To be completely transparent with everyone, I'm not rolling in the money. I ain't Cozy. I'm not Dexter. I'm not even Regis. All right, I am just doing okay.
I hear that.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like talking shit about this game. It's fun. I like hanging out. What else am I gonna do?
There you go. That's right.
I hear that.
So now that we have a variant aficionado on here, Tech God, I got a couple things. Just because I'm curious, like I'm a big psychology nerd. Like, what is it about the variants that has you investing so much?
I can answer that. Hold on, I can answer that for him right now. Because you are a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh players make you sluts for pretty things.
Yes.
because no,
right.
genuinely,
right.
because
look
the
for
good
foils,
cards,
yes,
exactly, the good cards and the rarities in Yu-Gi-Oh are tied to how pretty they are.
yes.
Commons look like shit and they're bad cards. Rares look like shit and they're bad cards.
So,
the ultra rares are good. The secret rares are amazing and they cost $75 a pop. You need 3 of them things in your fucking deck, and they are the nicest looking cards. And then you have ultimate rares in the OTS pack.
It's just completely irrational.
Yes,
no, it's not irrational. Also, but yes, yes, kind of right because I cannot. So I know you've done a early video for a card, right, Boosterman?
Yeah.
You had to play on that server that had regular cards. Do you know how?
Oh, did that drive you
It drove me
nuts?
bananas, and that's what I'm trying to say. So Bradford is 100% accurate. I need my cards to look shiny, look good, look different. I cannot play base cards. So once I got that hit of like, oh my gosh, there's variants. Oh, it looks like this. Oh, it looks like that. It was over from there. I cannot go back to base cards.
You guys don't know the satisfaction that it came from watching Ken play Loki.
Yeah, it was
having
just
to play with nothing but the base
I'm
cards.
like,
I was dying of laughter.
What is this?
From a good healthy?
I don't get that because they have it's. I find that weird. It's like the coding in the game because like if let's say because I know Bootman, you made a post about this on Twitter. If you play something like Agent Coulson, he has like an inked or he's like got a gold back, then the card you generate also has that gold back.
Correct.
Same thing with like if you get a Hulk from Gamma Labs, same thing, or Rocks from Rockslide, or even Daily Bugle gives you the exact card that they have, the exact variant.
Why does Loki give me this bullshit?
Loki doesn't even Loki just gives you the border. I'm sure it gives you maybe the split too, like if you have like foil back or rainbow back.
No.
Do you have a gold Loki yet?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, base card.
I have.
It gives you the border.
I don't think so.
It does. It goes. I know it gives you the border. I know that for a fact.
Okay, but that's horrible.
Screen share. Hop into a Loki game. Let's find out. You got a gold split Loki? You got
I don't have a gold split Loki. Let's see what Loki I got. Let's see what Loki I got.
It's got to be an inked or a gold.
Nope. I don't have an ink or a gold.
Drop some money right now. Let's do it. Let's do it live. Let's get you an inked Loki.
It doesn't give you the variants.
Wow, bro.
Let's see. I guess the
variant guy looking very bad right now. No gold
for Loki.
Back
Stop it.
Loki, what's going
We're not doing. Come on, cut it out. Here it is. See, here is the Lokis I have, and no gold splits. Nothing. No.
I love that Venomized Loki though.
Yeah.
That shit looks.
Oh,
so
the Venomized
clean.
one.
Yeah.
Like that right there is perfect to me. It's just like that's peak.
Yeah.
Like you
don't want to do anything
else. I love it.
Right.
You should have seen how hard he worked to get that Venomized Loki.
Oh, yeah, the game was broken for me, 617, and some other, I guess, top variant collectors. So we could not our shop could not reset for like almost 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst.
And I tortured him. I called him every 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, bro, you got that Venomized Loki yet? Nah, my son. Oh, you don't got this yet? Everybody got this. What you talking about? You ain't the variant. We all variant guys, but you got this.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I jumped on that one.
That's definitely awesome one.
But explain to me this. Okay, so not wanting the base card, I can understand. Right. But if you can't stand the base card, why do you get multiple variants of the same card?
Because I like the different ones, right? So if I want to be able to go in and say, all right, I want to play a deck of all Dan Hips or all Pixels or all whatever, I'm able to do so.
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
That's very, very interesting.
Now, okay.
I enjoy that.
Ken, do you have a favorite when it comes to if you're going to do like a theme of all X type of variant? Not necessarily just artists, but like even like let's say noirs, for example, or stuff like that. Like that kind of thing. Like, do you have like a favorite that you go to? Like,
I definitely like Kim.
That?
I like Kim Jacinto.
Kim is so good.
His cards are just.
Kim Jacinto's other favorite.
Yeah, I mean, because my favorite variant was the Shang-Chi from him for a long time, like this one. Mm-hmm. So beautiful.
Yeah.
So I love the stance. I love everything about this variant. So all his variants are just flawless. Like I want more Kim Jacinto variants. Like look at the Brood.
Hold on. I'm gonna argue with you on that one real quick. Pull up that Carnage. Scroll down.
Carnage?
On the bottom.
The Kim Jacinto Carnage. Scroll. Pull that up.
This one? You want to look at it?
Yeah, that was like one of the first variants I got. I didn't even realize it was a variant.
Oh, really?
I didn't realize it was a variant. Like, look at the base card right next to it.
Yeah, this.
Like so that one. I think Kim has a very good style, but this one I was like,
this one is not. Yeah, that one is not the prettiest, but oh my gosh, this Carnage one, the this madness right here, the Conqueror one. Oh my gosh! Stepping on no. Yeah, this is good.
So actually, that's not Noel. That's I forgot the name of the character. It's a different character. No. It's not Noel.
I thought it was
it's like the same like species, I believe. But it's not Noel himself. It's a different guy.
We got this Ultron.
Oh yeah, that Ultron looks good. Is that a new one? Look at him. Look at him
live on stream upgrade. Look at that. People.
I think the red will be perfect with it. Look at it. It just matches the background, the red from his hand. See, now I'm scared to even upgrade this card because I feel, you know what I mean, it's going to look worse. I can't wait for Second Dinner to allow us to change these backgrounds. Oh, I also cracked 30,000 finally last night, so that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, they used to have like it topped out.
Didn't it?
The collection
like
20. Did they extend it?
20 something. Yeah, I never hit it from that level. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. But yeah.
I'm wondering. Yeah.
See,
I wonder if that'll
I
happen
just
again.
want
But
the ability.
out of all your variants, what's the best one?
Out of all of them now, jeez, the best variant that I have.
Variant with the split and everything. While you look that up, what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say. I forgot. I immediately
like
forgot
this arrow
what I was
a
gonna say.
lot.
That's nice.
I like this arrow a lot. This arrow with the split here looks great.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, so I wish we could have the option, just like you want to be able to change, like, you know, the borders and stuff at will when you upgrade stuff. I want to be able to have like a crackle on like a base background art. Like I don't want the foil and stuff like that because like it's like, for example, all the cards that have space in the background, I love them and they look great. And I want to have a cool crackle with that effect, but then I don't want to have the muted colors of ruining everything else.
Yes.
No, I agree. I think they should. I can't wait for them to allow us to do that. If we got it, if we got the crackle, if we got the background, anything for it, it should allow us to put it on the card that we want to. And I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Like you would think, just from a money making perspective, Second Dinner would want to please the variant buyers the most.
Correct.
Right? Just people spending on like this. I'd be like, hey, what requests do you have? Okay, we're on it. We have a dedicated team to making a patch where you can do whatever you want with these variants.
I think it would be awesome. I think that would be the best thing to do. It'd give everybody that capability of having their own customized card, right? Because they're big on that. Like, I didn't even know I had this, but purple crackle? No. Not a fan of purple crackle, right?
Damn, come on, man! I got purple crackle on some stuff.
Gold border on that.
I know, but not on this. I would prefer red.
You gotta put the legendary border on.
Legendary? Yeah, definitely legendary. The gold would be nice on this.
Yeah, you gotta.
See, I personally think that with the purple crackle, I think Infinite looks the best because it looks like it's coming from the border.
From the border?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yes.
I like this one a lot, too. But yeah, I think my favorite one would have, my favorite every split, I think would have to be that arrow because I think it's just perfect in every way. I do like the Darth Red Skull, too, a lot because it also has the red.
My first gold back was a Red Skull, but it wasn't that one. It was the...
See, but go back a little bit. Go back to he's on the left, the regular Red Skull, and compare the the arts between like the... So yeah, but between like
the steps. This one is pretty good. Yes.
I have a problem with like the way the gold is cool, but if you could still maintain the detail of the steps, and I can see that he's fucking walking on them instead. Now it looks like he's floating.
That's true.
Yes.
True.
Except the gold back.
I think the gold is cool. It's just give a bit more. I think what they have is like a code, and it just automatically finds like the background, like from the subject to like the background, and everything's coded like that, and it just automatically applies it. They need someone to go in and specifically do it themselves manually, which I know that's man hours. I know, I get it, but you gotta okay, Spider Ham, best example I have in the entire game. That Rian Gonzalez Spider Ham. It's right next to Magneto right there.
Right there.
The base art is my favorite art in the entire game because I love the colors. It's vibrant. It's like watercolory and stuff. And the second you add the foiling, I'm like, well, you just lose all of that.
Yeah, it takes away from it.
It makes me sad.
There are some skins that the foil makes look better, I will say, but then there are that it does ruin it.
Yeah, what's interesting, I just got a gold. Clean. I finally got a gold split on my Agent Coulson, and you can actually kind of see that the shield logo in the back. like it still shows like
shield?
a decent amount. But yeah,
that's your variant right there, Brad.
Dude, I have that one too. No, the one above it is the 3 times value.
yeah. Oh, the one
That's the spotlight.
Oh, this is the
This is
value.
the 3 times value. Now, hold on now. The Kim Jacinto with the Master Mold's coming out like next week, right? And I'm just like,
Yes.
damn, do I got to run that now? Because that one's really clean. Really clean.
It is.
That Mirage above was really pretty.
This Mirage. I like this. We got the
I was
Gold
on
Galactus with the
that
rainbow.
gold on
Okay.
gold Galactus.
Ooh,
See,
now
with
that's
the rainbow,
classic,
right?
bro.
Now,
Yeah.
I
That's
completely
classic.
understand if someone has that Galactus come up against them and they lose, they're within their right to say they fucking hate this game, they fucking hate Galactus. Like, that's just obnoxious.
He's so right.
Look how nice that is, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so.
Arrow.
So wait, Tech God, like with these, like, how has it been easier to split these now that they have the new system with the fast upgrades? You
Oh yeah,
can use
100%.
gold, or
It feels so much better.
Okay.
It feels so much better. I was so thankful for that. It's beautiful, so good. You could use your gold. You could just skip all the way. Because you imagine having to click and keep upgrading. I used to make TikToks from it, but it was just so painful. So I'm so happy they allowed
Something
it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about is that.
Well,
look
like,
at
yeah,
that
because I'm
echo
wondering
right
too.
there.
I'm like, man, are you playing these cards that much,
Yeah.
or some of them are just like, I'm gonna
Yeah, some of them
just
I haven't.
split this
Yeah, I
with
just want to
you.
split two. They look like some of them I haven't even touched. Right, some of them I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
You know, with like the saber tooth. I didn't even know I had the saber tooth. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how much we
That's
have.
fire.
That saber tooth is great.
That needs. Yeah, that's
You know,
fire.
like that's how I look at it. The bishop. There was a bishop I liked a lot. This Namor. I don't even want to. This is not even split.
Yeah,
this is just
that's fire.
perfect.
Yeah, I got that
and,
one.
and that's better than the what's it called?
I got that one.
Than the ultimate. But yeah, this bishop.
I did purchase that.
I like this Jim Lee bishop a lot. This bishop right here is.
Jim Lee art is
That's
fantastic.
fire.
And-
That's so good.
And with the
so
black glimmer flare, it looks like it's coming off the
smoke.
fire.
Yeah.
So I definitely like this one a
Oh
lot.
yeah. Yeah. By the way, listeners, we're showing this on YouTube. If you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, hold on. Whenever I upload the episodes to Spotify, it's the video.
It adds
one.
the
So
video.
if they
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
keep it open,
yeah.
they can see the video.
Oh, we're fancy.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I care
I do the
about our
same thing
listeners.
too. Yeah. This Shuri we got split last night. Not bad. I would have preferred a black crackle, but you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, see, like with those ones, like when you get the inked, I would like to like be able to customize these because I want the inked border,
Right.
but I want the 3D
Correct.
effect. You know what I mean?
Yes, I totally agree.
So I've just been upgrading all my inks because I'm just like, no, I like when they're breaking out of
Yeah.
the frame and they have the 3D effect.
Because
You
this
know?
will stay perfect, but I want the 3D effect on this one. You know, it would be super nice.
That's such a good Shuri.
So
Now, okay,
I'm a-
now,
yeah.
Ken, when it comes to I've seen very common when it comes to players, especially of the destroy or discard variety, that want to have a complete uniform deck. Like it's all X type of variant, it's all
Right.
X type of split, all gold back and gold bordered. Is there any type like that you have kind of strive towards having a deck of that variety, or do you just like want
Yeah.
if it's pretty, it's pretty?
I mean, I would want to do that, but like for example, this card list. Like I'm a big fan. Like I said, Lady Sif, Ghost Rider, Infinite.
Yeah.
I would love to have that. The only thing I can get close enough to this is all pixels, right? Because every one of these except Zabu, I think right now, and Ghost Rider has pixels. So that's the only thing. Like I would prefer that. I would like to have all Kim Jacintos of these, or Jim Lees of
Yeah.
these, or even Dan Hips of these. Right? There isn't any yet that I can make a deck and say I'm happy with, even down to pixels, right? Because there's no Shang-Chi pixels. You know what I mean? Like it's that crazy right now where I don't see a deck that I can say, you know what, I want all of the same art. I probably could do it now with Dan Hip, right? Because we have Gambit, we have Dracula. You know, we could do some Dracula, yeah,
I like
Dracula,
that.
right? We could do some Infinite stuff with Dracula. We could do, a bunch of cool things with Dan Hip variants. So with Shuri, so maybe we could do a Dan Hip card list,
Now,
But
what
no,
about
not yet.
splits? Like, what about
Oh yeah, I would like to
on
do
all
gold.
gold back?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. All gold back. I was trying to do it with this one first, but yes, I would prefer to have an all gold back card list and see how it goes from there. But yeah, that's something I would like.
You dunked on the purple crackle a little bit, but I got that Shang-Chi, the Phoenix Force one you got. I got a
Yeah.
gold back of that with purple crackle, and I'm like, it's my Laker Shang-Chi. It's great.
Yeah, that's fine. Those two colors go
It
together.
does go together, right? Because if you look at this Iron Man here, I call him the Laker Iron Man as well.
Laker Iron Man.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We like the LA Lakers right here with the purple and gold.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that.
Now listen, like if you got the purple crackle on that'd be lit.
That'd be perfect because it's right.
That would be so fire, right?
That'd be perfect. But we have purple crackle on a Wolverine that has no purple, no purple inside.
It's Laker Wolverine.
Like this blue. Look at this. This is perfect.
That's nice. Yeah, that's great.
I'm not mad at this,
Yeah,
right?
nice.
But now we go to this Wolverine, and it's like purple.
If you kind of squint, his gloves are purple.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, like a dark
That's fair.
shit, like lavender type
I'll
color.
take that. You see,
You put the gold border on that, you got the
this
Lakers.
could have had purple.
That's it.
I guess. Listen, we're gonna put the infinity border on this and see what happens.
we can do that.
I mean,
There you
that's yeah, but yeah. I mean, listen.
I like the invisible variant you have. If you go to his Echo, there's an Echo there that nobody seems to ever.
Oh, when I put this on the field, nobody reads
Yes.
this. They just put their
Now, this
ongoing
is-
cards on top of
I
it.
think Second Dinner put this
Oh
out.
yeah,
to tribute
all the time.
Yeah, I think Second Dinner put this out to tribute me. Hit you with that top 5 when it goes on there. I always say, and whenever I say, I go top 5, baby, because nobody sees this card. Now, not
No,
even
it cracks
the
me up. I
base
played a
card.
ton of Echoes.
Yes.
Nobody sees her ever, and they put Devil Dinos, they put Cosmos, and it just
My favorite is
boom.
Professor X. They snap you, they throw a Professor X.
Yeah, and then it's like top 5 right on her. Like, yeah, let's
they
go.
leave.
I love
You need
that.
this Taskmaster right away.
you're like,
This
whoa.
Taskmaster is too good not to get, boo man. You gotta get it.
So good.
No, see, I was gonna get it. Like
You
I
have
put up
to.
a tweet about it. I'm like, I'm thinking about this, but are there any other ones? But I really like that one coming out October 31st. But yeah, I like the colors on
Here's
that
your
one.
favorite.
And like someone's like, oh, this is from the Black Widow movie. I don't like that. I'm like, yeah, but the color scheme's kind of
Here's your
sick.
favorite, guys. Just that beautiful wave for you guys.
It looks good. It looks good.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think
See, but this one, kind of like what we were talking about, that one looks good because the waves are still blue.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like it's separated from the
Yes.
gold. Like it'd be cool if they did that with some more.
Yeah, they did that with Iron Man too, and I was like, that's perfect. Why don't they do that with every card, right? Because look at the chibi Iron Man. They kept like the smoke, the gray color.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why didn't they do that with other cards?
That's a shot at me, but it's all good.
Yeah, that's the card that he showed off his Iron Man. I'm like, yeah, mine is better. I'm sorry.
He's just trolling me, guys. Don't worry about
man.
it. It's just a troll. That was a
Yeah,
troll.
I mean, listen.
That's fire. The
Yeah, I
$2.99.
wonder what it
fire.
is where that differentiates it, like when they do leave some color in there. But let me ask you one more question,
Yeah.
because I'm always looking for ways to make money. But I'm curious, like, because they want these unique collections. Would you ever, if they implemented a system where you could sell these, would you sell any of these, or are you just so hard up about
No,
having
I would.
all these?
I
pretty
would
variants?
sell the ones I'm not using. I would love for a system where we can either not even sell if we don't have to, but at least break them down so we can get more effects for a card, or use them to get more gold or more credits or more tokens. There's a bunch of cards I'm not using, and I have splits of them, right? So if we can sell them to other people to get in-game currency, yes, or even outside currency, yes. If I can just take it to dismantle so I can add another effect to it, I would 100%. I wish they do that. I wish they would do
If you
that.
could transfer splits, right? If you could just
Yes.
be like, this card, I don't want this split there.
Yeah,
One-time
yeah.
transfer, and they like limit it
Correct.
like once a week or
Like,
some
see?
bullshit.
Card,
And you
Right.
go just go to
Somebody,
the card.
somebody want these? Sold. I don't need them. Take them from me. I'll dismantle them right now. You can have them. This one too. I don't care about it. Rainbow, fantastic. Take it. That would be awesome because I want the gold. Of course, we keep the base. But yeah, I would love that if we can sell in-game, out-game currency, or even dismantle.
Yeah, it's something I think about because, like, I dig that. Like, just recently, I used to play a shit ton of Dota 2 back in the day, and recently I was like, oh, what if I could sell any of my skins on the marketplace? I made like a quick $100 just like that in a day, Because Steam, they have it built in where you could like sell stuff on the marketplace, so that'd be cool. That's just something on my wish list. I don't know if they ever would. Games are kind of like touchy about that, making money off their game and all that, but whatever.
They can get a
But,
percentage. They can
Brad,
get a 10%.
I was
20,
I'll give them a cut.
20%.
I'll give you a piece. We'll do a little revenue share. But you got any final questions, Brad, before we wrap this thing up?
Nah, just we gotta
You're
talk
good.
about some talk about some Bucks next time, and talk about some more Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hands down.
You guys are in for a
There
bad
you go. You guys can
season.
start a Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
podcast. But yeah, before we let y'all go, Sino, where can people find you? And then Tech God, same for you. Where you
You
guys
can
at?
find me on Twitter at Sino Montana. You can find me on Twitch at Sino Montana 829. Anywhere else? No, that's it. And Discord, Sino Montana.
Awesome, yeah. So you guys can find me over at Twitch at Super Tech God. You can find me on Twitter, Super Tech God, and on YouTube, STG/Marvel Snap. So, Bootman, before we go, just want to quickly say, I know you got a lot of variants, so do you, Brad, as well. I'm doing a show called The Collector, where we have guests come on, and we have a good time. We have fun. You know, the guest comes on, we have judges to rate their creativity on their answers. I would love to have you guys on. Maybe one of you guys can judge each other. It'd be a fun time. So just, if you guys are down for it.
I judge Brad every day, so yeah.
See?
I'm down.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Last episode was really good. It was Dexter. I got to judge, thank God. It was awesome. Great opportunity. And we had Nina on also.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
That's dope.
It was really fun to do. So just speaking to somebody who judged it, you guys will have a blast
Yeah,
on
super
the Collector,
fun.
trust me.
Always down. Just let us know.
We'll do.
Cool. Brad, where do people find you at? Are you doing anything? Are you doing anything with your life, Brad?
No, I'm in shambles. No, I'm still working on stuff in the back end. We're still in the planning stages of stuff, and I know I said that last episode, and I want to have it ready to go to kind of start putting it on the channel and stuff. But there's a few things I'm trying to get some tweaks out, and it's a pretty large project, and I've had to work on a lot of stuff in the back end. So I'm excited to show it, but at the moment I can't really give too much away. But otherwise, yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me at Bradsifer on pretty much every platform you can think of underneath that moniker, except for TikTok. Because fucking, for some reason, I think my username is literally somehow Bradsifer was taken on TikTok. So.
Wow.
That sucks.
Wow.
That sucks. I know that pain.
I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on here. I want to extend an invitation to you guys whenever you're available to come to Marvel Snapcast, and we could do it over there too. We could do a whole review on a card and everything. Maybe we set up a podcast battle. Ken, what do you think?
Yeah, why not? We talk to some other.
Yeah, right. That
we
sounds
put together
fun.
some other dual podcasters. Have a big Snap tournament. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
That'd
nice.
be really cool.
I'll do a funding for a bundle. One big bundle. Winners get the bundle. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
No, I'd be down. I think Brad and I might be able to take that
Okay. All
tournament.
right.
So
See, I like that.
I like it. Let's
you
go.
tell all the other Snap
gonna
podcasters that Brad and I are ready to take
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
This was awesome, guys. Thank you so much for
Yes,
having
yes,
us.
I appreciate you guys.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll link all your guys' stuff down in the description below so everybody can go follow and all that kind of good stuff.
Awesome.
And yeah, guess that's all we got.
All right.
All right, and I have to always do the thing. And as always, we love you. We appreciate you. You guys are the best. As my pastor always used to say, may our faces shine on you and be gracious to you. May we look on you in favor and give you our peace and give you our thanks. Amen. Bye-bye.
Amen.
Amen.
Peace.
Top 5.